So it's been a little bit, and Kenna Bridge of Spirits has been released, and I played it, and I completed it. So what do I think? It's good. But before I get into my final verdict, we have to take it all the way back. I first saw Kenna Bridge of Spirits at the PlayStation 5 Future of Gaming Showcase. When I was watching the trailer, I was like, oh my god, this is for me. I didn't know what I was watching, but all I knew was that I saw this game and I needed to play it. I mean, this trailer was showing a crazy art style, music, gameplay. You show me a trailer like this? Listen up, game developers, I'm buying it day one. But even after this trailer, I did my best to stay away from any information or any other trailers regarding this game because that's what I do when I'm excited. Even as the release date became closer and closer, I became more excited, and it quickly became one of my most hyped games of 2020. But after a couple delays and a few more trailers, the game had finally released on September 21st of 2021, and I kept my expectations moderate at best. So, the game starts off and you get a summary on something, and then you're off. Kinda starts off like Breath of the Wild in this weird cave thing. You learn to do a few things like small puzzles and combat mechanics. We fight this one dude and we learn that Kenna helps spirits, or something like that. Soon enough, you meet these little creatures called rots, and rots help you on your journey by collecting them and having them assist you during your adventure. The more you collect, the more powerful they become, and they can assist you in various ways such as puzzles and during combat. And they do serve a purpose in the story later on, but right now, we don't know anything about them or anything about anything. And I guess that brings me to my first issue with this game, and that's the story. So this is basically what the story is. Kenna is a spirit guide who helps dead spirits from the real world who have been lost or traumatized find their way back into their normal spirit place. Basically helping spirits who have found their way into despair through certain circumstances and given into the darkness. We help these spirits by basically beating the hell out of them and taking their masks afterwards, or something like that. Now the story, it's good. It's fine, but everything else feels kind of bland, I guess. Like, I'm not saying the story is bad, but it just feels like Ember Lab, the developers for Kenna, is setting up a story that the game isn't telling the player. It's hard to explain without really spoiling what happens, but there's just a lot of areas where the story doesn't really have motivation. In the beginning, you're helping these two kids find their brother. It's interesting, but after this segment of the game, I just kind of stopped caring about what was going on. Like, I was still following along, but there was never a time where I truly felt motivated on what I was doing. And I think that has to do with the way Kenna was written. First off, Kenna's voice. The voice acting isn't bad, I think it's quite good, but that's not really what I mean. I'm referring to her story. Here's the thing, Kenna is not from this village where the game takes place. She comes from somewhere else, and the game tells a story about the people who live here and who used to live in this village. Never about Kenna herself. There's a point later on in the story where they touch on why she's here and why she should be motivated and why she did become a spirit guide in the first place, but the game goes over that information so quickly, and then it's just like, okay, back to these people like it's nothing. The way I see it, you're playing as Kenna for the entirety of the game, but the game wasn't about her. It was about the village and its people. I guess I expected the story to be different, but there was only one time where we were told why she did this in the first place, and it happened so quickly. I'm not saying, you know, give us an entire background of her life, but just give a little bit more information about her. I mean, poor Kenna, she's just here for no reason. Like, we're gonna be playing with her for hours, man. I actually like it when a character's motives and backstory are a secret up to a certain point. It's called character development. Kenna doesn't really have that. For example, Breath of the Wild. To be fair, I actually thought this game's story was kind of bad, but Link's character development was insane. The way the story was set up, Link didn't know anything about himself. He learned why he was in Hyrule and why Calamity needed to be stopped through memories that were found by the player as they adventured through Hyrule. As we saw these memories, we learned about Link and built motives on why Calamity needed to be stopped. And us, as the player, we are more inclined to see Link power through until the end. It seems like Kenna told the story about everybody in the game except for her, the main character. Like, listen, I know that this game is not Among Us, the best video game ever made, but comparing the stories of both games, yeah, we do have a clear winner. Oh my god. The gameplay is so sick. It's so simple, but it works so well. You fight enemies with the staff, and you have light attacks and heavy attacks, and you can get even more moves through a skill tree. You can run around, jump, double jump, roll, dash, parry. The rock can help you in puzzles. The staff can turn into a bow, which made the game much more fun once you unlocked it. And as you discover more areas and clear certain parts of the story, you get these little places where you can meditate, and it increases your health permanently. That was satisfying. But one of the biggest highlights of this game for me were the bosses. The bosses were absolutely amazing. Every single one was different, and I got frustrated a lot. But that's a good thing. Every boss was different and taught you something new. If one thing didn't work, you gotta do something else. I appreciate how simple the combat is for this game. I mean, games nowadays gotta be so complicated, but sometimes simple is good. And it feels awesome and satisfying once you defeat a difficult boss. But other than the bosses, there's a lot of sections where you defeat small enemies here and there. A lot of sections actually. And it does become a little bit easy and repetitive, but it didn't bother me that much knowing that in a little while there was going to be a boss, and it was going to be a fun time. This game has a lot of puzzles, and I was not expecting that. It reminded me of like old school Nintendo 64 games with puzzles like Ocarina of Time, you know? Really fun, and even though some of them were kind of easy, like take this over here, follow these little thingies. Not gonna lie, I did get stuck on some for dumb reasons, but they were still pretty fun. Also, I wish Kenna's running speed was a bit faster. Let's talk about the visuals. Bro, this art style is absolutely stunning. The world looks amazing. Don't be fooled though, at first glance this game may seem like it's an open world, but it's actually quite linear. And it's not bad, it's the good kind of linear. I would have liked an open world, but honestly, the way the game is set up, it doesn't really need to be an open world. It's trying to tell a story, so I understand. There's already a couple open areas, and with the amount of puzzles and little things that you can find, everything blends together quite well. There's no loading screens unless you fast travel or enter a cutscene sequence, and it makes you feel more connected to the world, especially when it looks this good. One of the biggest reasons why I was so interested in this game was because of the art style. I'm a huge fan of Disney and Pixar, and even though I hate to use the term Disney as a Disney or Pixar art style, I mean that's what it is, but in video game form. And the CG cutscenes, oh my. Even the real-time cutscenes look almost as good as the CG ones. I mean, this is what Ember Lab is known for before Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Remember the terrible Fate Majora's Mask short film that went viral on YouTube a couple years ago? Yeah, that was made by Ember Lab. So they are very talented when it comes to animation. Did I mention the game was developed mostly by 15 people? This is why despite some of the flaws, I can look past all of that because while playing the game, I can tell that Ember Lab and its people are dedicated to making a fun and great game for a fair price. This isn't even a full price game and you're getting something that looks like this, while AAA studios that invest millions of dollars are releasing yearly titles that barely function and are full of glitches. And there are no microtransactions or battle royale mode. No, this is a full single player story. That's right, take that David Vonderhaar. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Ouch. But hold up. We gotta talk about the glitches. Like, I'm just going for a swim. Can you hear me? I'm learning how to swim. Mom? Dad? Oh my god, dude. It's such a beautiful day here in Kenna World. Chilling with my rat. Oh, what was that? A cry for help? We gotta go. Let's go. Sonic Speed! Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to Enchanted Guys. Today I'm going to show you a special secret, never before seen ability you can earn in Kenna Bridge of Spirits if you have a 100% completion save file. Never before seen. Leave a like on the video, subscribe. Only like 20 people who watch my videos are subscribed. It's free and you can always change your mind. So what you want to do to unlock the special ability is to stand in place, breathe, and once you're ready, you gotta hold X. Super Ultimate. I think I broke it. Mom? Dad? Mom? Yeah, there's a few glitches, but the game isn't broken or unplayable. You'll probably come across like one or two to be fair. I was really looking for them too, so that's why I found a couple. But remember, small team. Amazing looking game, no complaints. So yeah, that is Kenna Bridge of Spirits. If I sounded pretty harsh, I'm just giving you my take. I do like this game a lot. Even if it's short, that's fine too. Games don't have to be super long to be good. You'll probably get around 5 to 10 hours depending on how you play, and trust me, it's a good time. If anything, what I see here is not only a game, but I see potential. Maybe a sequel on a grander scale, or a whole new game. Like honestly, this game is good the way it is. If they're working on DLC, they should just stop and just work on a new game. I'm sure Ember Lab has learned a lot with this project, and I have learned about them as well. And that's to keep an eye out for future projects from them. There's still a few things about this game that feel rough around the edges. For example, every time I pause, I like my pausing in video games. In Red Dead Redemption, you get a cool animation when you pause and screen blurs and you get this cool UI goes doom doom doom. In Kingdom Hearts, you pause and it comes in like zoop and you get an overview of your party, it's colorful. In Persona 5, when you pause, it comes in flying like doo 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 and then you can like move to the menus and Joker's like wee. When you pause in Kenna, it's like, and that's it. There's also some stiffness in Kenna's model between animations, which is surprising coming from a studio which specializes in this aspect, but like I said, I'm not complaining. It's a good game that was made by a small team, and that impressed the hell out of me. So I recommend this game. It's cute, it's addicting, the music is good, and if you played it, what did you think about it? Leave a comment. Have you played it? Or are you still trying to find a PS5 to play it? You know, tell me everything. Also, one more thing. Kenna Bridge of Spirits? Really? Who came up with this name? This gotta be one of the worst names, bro. Could have been just Kenna. Puzzle game.
Kenna Bridge of Spirits looks like it is going to completely ruin the gaming industry with its Pixar adoptive graphical art style and its blatant ripping off of every 3D Disney animated film released in the last 20 years. Kenna Bridge of Spirits is a game that will be in the bargain bin at GameStop and Walmart before the year's up. Call of Duty Vanguard is without a doubt the most polished, the most modernized, and the most promising Call of Duty.